This club's about winning trophies. I'm inexperienced in a lot of those things.
3-0. Can you believe it?
Almost lost the cup and you win it. The new European champions, the treble, the dream come true for you.
Oh, I can't believe it. I can't believe it. Football, bloody hell. But they never give in. And that's the winner.
Welcome to the American Red Devils podcast. I'm John.
I'm Alex.
And we are bringing you the best Manchester United news from this side of the pond.
Ooh, sir. How you doing? How you doing? I know why you're excited today. 2-0 win against the City Blue Bastards at home, doing the double for them for the first time in a long time. And the boys showed a lot of grit, a lot of determination.
Can you believe it?
I can't believe
heart.
it. I mean,
a lot
unbelievable. This exceeded my expectations, sir. I think I said 2-1. You said 1-0. Almost
1-1.
was.
I think I said 1-1.
Actually, you picked the 1-1 draw, but for
Could
the
have
team,
been. Could have been.
Look, I'll tell you what. I'm still coming down off that last 30 minutes there. Manchester United, nervy stuff. We bend, don't break at the back. The lads showed all the heart in the world. They got it done at Old Trafford with the McSauce finish in the 96. Another legendary Derby goal. I mean, this one will go down in the history books. Manchester United kicking on like, Roy Keane famously asked him to.
Boys are on a roll. 10 games unbeaten. Ever since those hoodies came out, they seem to be doing the trick. Maybe it's those. Maybe it's Bruno. Maybe it's Agalu. But whatever it is, the boys are playing with full confidence, playing as a team. A proper 11 went out there and just left it all on the field. Some of the subs could have been made earlier. Some of the subs were questionable. But whatever it is, it works.
There's nothing negative to say.
Only gets a 10 out of 10 because he gets an unbelievable result at home with some key players still out. What a game for us. What a win.
And it's shots fired. Hey, Chelsea, great. You beat Everton at home.
Great
job.
We're coming for you.
We just beat City. So we're coming for you. Top 4. That's the name of the game for us. We can't be thinking about 5th. City's going to play all the legal tricks. They're going to pull out all the tricks up their sleeve. The billion-dollar lawyers, sir.
They're
going
cash.
to delay this. Next year, you need 4th. We need 4th for European football guaranteed. We need that because we need to get Sancho in the summer. It's going to affect our transfer kitty. It's going to affect our transfer strategy. Champions League or bust for Manchester United, and what a way to do it. City at home. We all looked at City in the Tottenham fixture. We said, hey, 4 points would be the top of the ceiling. Can we get 6? Can we beat Tottenham? They seem like they're fading, sir. They're fading.
They are fading, and United's on the rise. United's on the up and up. We are playing, some of the best football in the league at the moment, and we got to just take this game and keep going. Lask away is going to be huge, but this was a must-win game with Chelsea rolling over Everton at home. Got up early to watch that game, even with an hour less of sleep with daylight savings here in the States. But like you said, still coming down from that game. Can't believe it ended 2-0.
Wind is in our sails.
Dude, they had a lot of the ball at the end, but the defense held really well. We only had
McTominay,
David De Gea's heroics like once or twice. He didn't have to bail us out as much as he usually does.
Look, all I remember about the second half is McTominay slotting in the winner in the 96 and Old Trafford just rocking. Look, unbelievable match. Quick PSA for the podcast. If you like the pod, you want to support independent fan content, drop us a review on whatever platform, iTunes, Spotify, that you listen to us. It goes a long way for us being found organically. And look, we have some undefeated hoodies, sir. We had 10 matches unbeaten since we released these hoodies in the store. I'm wearing mine right now. Check out, we have some cheeky merch, www.americanreddevils.com/store. We want to be supported by you, the fans, because we don't need to be hawking no underwear, sir.
Absolutely not. And the only thing I'm hawking is stuff with American Red Devils logo on it, or
Manchester United,
or Woodward's big ugly face with a clown nose, because those stickers are still available. And we're doing the sticker giveaway. And I'm, just because I'm cheeky and we are cheeky, you're not only going to get an American Red Devils sticker, you're also going to get a Glazer out sticker, a Woodward out sticker. If you send in a review, 5-star preferably, just email us at americanreddevils.com at gmail. And we'll get you a sticker with your address, and we'll take care of you because we got to spread the word.
Look, enough PSAs about the pod, sir. We have the match to break down, the Manchester Derby. I believe the 182nd Manchester Derby at Old Trafford. City have had our number at home, sir, but today, 9:30 a.m. Pacific, nice kickoff time.
Very generous.
I had an hour of sleep stolen from me. I didn't try to think about that too much on the daylight savings kick here in California. But, we got the job done. 2-0 at home in front of 70+ thousand. The lads doing the business. Starting 11, Dave saves, world number 1 in net. Lindelof, McGuire, Shaw. We're playing a back three, sir. We're a little nervous about this. Wan-Bissaka playing right wing back. Brandon Williams playing left wing back. We had the Matic, Fred, Bruno Fernandes midfield. Fernandes probably a little forward of Fred and Matic. Then we had the James Martial 2-man up front. What did you think of this lineup coming out, sir? Clearly, I tweeted out what formation would be. Back three. Ole goes with it. It works against City this season, right?
I mean, shame on me because I see the starting 11 and I was like, damn. I was hoping we'd go forward the back and just try to take it to City. I think Ole's playing a little bit more conservatively, smartly so, because it did come off in this game. It did work, and it has worked this season. Like we did the deed at their house as well with the same formation. And who am I to question it? But I was questioning it. I was like, "Where's Igalo? Where's Mata? We should just try and hold the ball, create chances, carve them open because their defense, it looks susceptible for sure, and it did at times in this game, but." What do I know, sir? I'm just some dumb talking head. I don't know a thing.
You're a passionate fan. Sir, at best, you're a passionate fan.
At best. At best.
Look, for me, the only thing I saw about this line, I was like, look, I expected the back three. I wish Bai would have gotten there instead of Shaw, but obviously Shaw is on form. So
I had a great game, to be honest.
He did the impossible meat pie. Great game. And then the James Martial front two, that really hasn't come off yet, so I had questions about that. Igalo holding it up and then dishing it to Martial. We needed a focal point in the attack, and I think we'll get into it early on. Martial really wasn't that, and James really wasn't that. We had James being able to run in the channel, and then Martial trying to play hold up, but didn't quite work. So in the first 20 minutes, it kind of led to more pressure from Manchester City. And so when Igalo came on, well, I think he probably should have started or at least come on earlier, right?
You could make the argument that he could have started because they don't have a lot of size in the back four, especially without Company playing. So you could have had his impact from just like having that much width, just girth. You need a little bit more steel up front, too light, as who was that famously said? Laurent Blanc famously said last year about us.
Yeah, when we ran into Laurent Blanc
at the Lowry
Hotel in Manchester,
and it was too light.
Had an elevator ride with him after PSG beat us, and we asked him what was wrong. He said too light. So
and I think it was the same in this match. I think Igalo would have been really helpful, just doing the hold up play and passing into channels for Martial or for Brandon Williams or AWB. But hey, Dan James put in a pretty decent game.
Not a bad starting.
Pretty decent game.
I couldn't argue with that starting 11. It's kind of like, look, is that going to be enough? I felt like nervy, 50-50, sir. Regardless of the 50-50, I took the plus 400. I put on United. I didn't want to tweet it out. I didn't want to jinx it.
Good. Smart
man. Just let it ride, sir. Like I said, first 10 minutes, City all over us, conceding corners. And then Raheem Sterling, amazing chance, curls it in. I said goal when he struck it.
He said goal a couple times.
De Gea parried it wide. I mean, cat-like stuff from the world number one. That's right, still world number one. Had a great game today for Manchester United, and that 10th minute Dave saves. It was all about it.
He did. When he's on form, he's hard to beat. One of the best keepers in the world, especially against City. Always seems to pull out a hat trick of saves against Aguero, against Sterling. To be honest, probably only 2 or 3 times where he was really called in to do a big duty for the back four and bail us out, back five in this instance, and this being one of them. Early on, good chance from Sterling. He hasn't been able to score against United. Still couldn't break the streak. Even worse in the second half when he had a chance for a tap-in to win it or to tie it. But De Gea with a huge save.
Even if you play with him in FIFA, his finishing isn't that good. And look, I don't play with him in FIFA. Not a fan of Sterling. 16th minute, Dan James, amazing chance on the right, wide open to him, but he kicked it low right into Ederson. I think he had to go far post or he had to look for the pass across to Martial. Dan James, I would say, amazing stuff in the channels, but his final decision here, I don't think it was quite on par today.
No, he's a pace merchant, and it did work. It did seem to buy him space, and he was able to get behind the defense. But yeah, like you said, when he's picking out that final third pass, that ball to find a teammate doesn't always come off. Finishing's not always coming off, but boy shows a lot of heart. You can't slate him for that.
No, I don't.
He was running all over the
saying.
pitch. I thought he would have come off. I was actually surprised when Martial did, but
He's a youngster, and
not the finished product.
He did a great job. I would say he terrorized the right-hand side of the pitch. It's just that killer ball to lead to that goal. I think he was close, but no cigar. 28th minute, even Martial, again, he had a chance cutting in from the right. Bruno wide open on the penalty spot, and he should have passed it to him. Did not. Right into Ederson, easy save. Again, Martial selfish here. People were freaking out. You were like screaming at the top of your lungs about this one. Tell me what's going through your head on this.
Because you don't get chances better than this against City that often. So you got to take them. It's important to make that decision making that's just smart football. And the smart football is you pass to Bruno Fernandes, who's basically going to be wide open at the top of the box, and pretty confident that the boy could finish and is looking to get his goal against City. So I was pretty upset because it's an obvious pass. You roll the ball out to Bruno and he should be finishing first time.
Sir, they say they make
He made up for it.
They say they make strikers selfish for a reason. We didn't have to wait long, sir. In the 30th minute.
Chips over the top looking for Martial. First time effort. Squares under Ederson. And Manchester United draw first blood in the derby with a cutely taken free kick. Terrific finish by Martial, but could Ederson have done a little better? Manchester United 1, Manchester City 0.
Said he was a wizard.
Came from France. English press said he had no chance. 50 million down the drain.
Tony Martial scores again, sir.
Scores again,
Tony Martial, easy as you like. Cheeky Bruno, chip over the wall to the blind side. Martial, who finishes on his right boot, and Ederson had a hand. He had a hand on it, sir, like you called it. I mean, this one is sort of it's a keeping error, but cheeky free kick from Manchester United. I like that coaching, Ole.
I do. I like the tactics here because that's a pet move, right? Like the cheeky free kick, catch him sleeping, and we did. We've gotten caught sleeping so many times in the last couple of years, so it's good for us finally to pay back the price to our City rivals. So huge goal, good finish. Ederson could have done more. I think I like to say there was enough tang on that ball to keep him from saving it.
There you go, sir. 42nd minute, Fred gets into the box between Otamendi, goes down and gets a yellow for diving. This one was a controversial because Otamendi did clip him like a shade of a clip. I don't think VAR was going to come in and overturn this, sir. You seem pretty upset, Mike Dean, giving him the yellow for diving there.
Well, he's playing central midfield in a huge match where he's going to be expected to make some good tackles. He did. He had to kind of pump the brakes a little bit after this yellow card because obviously he doesn't want to get sent off, but that's the biggest impact. I'm not that much lamenting that we didn't get a pen because we've gotten so many this year that have been very very favorable for Manchester United, but it's the yellow against a guy who's playing CDM and making a lot of tackles. That's what I was most concerned about.
All right, going in second half, sir. Any changes from Ole? What were you thinking from the lads?
No, I mean I think everybody was doing their job, playing as a cohesive unit, strong starting 11, all playing as one. If anything, just have your decision making be a little bit more thoughtful sometimes. Slow down, realize you have more time on the ball than you think, and look for your teammate instead of just trying to take a shot.
No, I totally agree. I thought that we needed that second goal. We have to hit him on the counter. It's got to be James. It's got to be Martial. We need something. Bruno unlocking their defense. Dan and James played well on the right channel, but again, I thought that final ball was missing for United to create that killer pass, that killer chance, because we knew we were going to need a goal. City were to come for us in the second half, and they did. 48th minute, Sergio Aguero on through, puts the ball in the back of the net. Flag goes up, sir, but even though the flag goes up, it's going to go to VAR, and this is one of the closest VAR calls I've seen all season. We pray to the VAR gods, sir, daily here on the American Red Devils podcast, and it is paying off in stride. I mean, this one could have been overturned. City 1-1, and then it's game on.
I mean, honestly, I think we got lucky on this one.
No, you don't get lucky. It's offsides. His shoulder was offsides, sir.
Either way.
Fix the shoulders, Aguero. You know the rules.
I love the bias. It's the proper Manchester United fan. Yeah, he was off by a mile.
He was off. His shoulder's off. That's the rule. As the rule is written,
we lucked out. Either way, I'll take it.
Manchester United 1, Manchester City 0. That goal goes offsides, and thank God it did. 49th minute, Ederson passed back to him. He misses a touch, and ball almost rolls in his own net. Martial goes in. You think he should have slid in and could have got into the net, but he ended up crashing in the post, going down. Tony Martial can't quite capitalize on this muff by Ederson.
Yeah, I thought this was it. I thought this was when you bury them, stick the dagger in their heart, because I felt like they were there for the taking. City looked more vulnerable than they normally do. We look like, if we could just keep our head, calm some passes together, This one, a mistake on their part. Usually we're the ones making goalie mistakes, but I thought Martial was going to get there and bury the game.
55th minute, Phil Foden, a long-range effort, bending De Gea. Cat-like reflexes, tips it over the bar. This is when City started turning the screws. We couldn't pick a pass. We were in our half. City opportunity, corner from the 55th until the 71st. Sir, this is really nervy stuff.
It was, and there was a lot of them with the ball, but they weren't really creating as much as they normally create, because I think we were doing a really good job of just never letting them relax on the ball.
Mahrez
always
came
cutting
on.
them down. And Mahrez came on. They took off Aguero. Aguero went down with an injury. That was big, right? He's got ice on his knee in the 60th minute, and he's a difference maker, right? Bringing on Jesus. He's pretty good, but he's no Aguero.
But Mahrez on the right. I mean, he just looked sharp. He was cutting us up, sending it. Dude, I think B-Dubs fell down on the turf.
He got beat bad a couple times.
It was, this was like...
It was nervy. It was nervy. The defense
like,
was holding the line. Like, Maguire was a beast in the air. Lindelof was playing well. Meat Pie was playing excellent.
No sub Ole, bro. He's just sitting there.
I was shocked. I was like, it's my time for a sub.
All right, 71st minute, Dan James beats his man, cheeky move, and shoots. Trying to go top right corner, but again, Bruno Fernandes sitting on the penalty spot for an open goal. It would have been a tight pass, but I do think James needs to be looking for Bruno Fernandes here. What'd you make of this opportunity?
Yeah, it's definitely a tougher opportunity than the Martial chance in the first half. That's a hell of a pass if he was going to squeak that out. Worth an attempt, I think, because you're never going to finish at that angle. That's a very tough place. Given where the
beat his man.
is.
He deserves to shoot, but again,
it was a
Bruno
decent shot as well.
Bruno did give him a few of the shaking the arms there, and I like that from Bruno Fernandes. I like how he's getting to that spot. Players aren't probably used to a midfielder getting to that spot. The pullback, sir, you love it in FIFA. It's your move.
That's my move all day. It works.
75th minute, Raheem Sterling with pretty much an open chance. Mahrez puts the ball in. Sterling miffs it, as is tradition, sir. As is tradition at the Manchester Derby.
When you saw that, you're like, "This is ours,"
Yeah,
because you got to be scoring that goal. There's no reason top player like him isn't scoring that goal all day long. At least forcing De Gea into a worldie of a save, which is still possible. He could have clawed it out of the net, but lucked out there.
I'm nervous just walking through this. I'm remembering.
I still feel like we're going to blow it.
I know. It's like the 78th minute sub. Ole finally bails us out. Bailly and McSauce takes out Martial and B. A Dubs. Bailly going into the back three. Scotty McSauce dropping it in the midfield, and that would pay dividends, sir. 84th minute, inch perfect challenge from Maguire and AWB on Jesus in the box. This one, if they screwed it up, could have been a pen. Only up a goal. 80th minute, sir. It's like, this is getting real tight here. 88th minute sub at Gallo FC. I knew he had to come on, and why not put him on? I thought, get him on there, have him hold up the ball. He came on for Bruno. I thought James was the man to take off, because Bruno, he can unlock the defense with a pass, and James, like you said, he ran ragged. So
he was beat at this point, so I was surprised as well. I thought you put a Gallo up front and have Bruno kind of sit behind him, see if he can kind of push him into the channel. But Bruno, maybe he was looking to get the stand and no from the Old Trafford faithful, but it worked out. I thought a Gallo should have been brought in earlier because he was an immediate impact.
He came on like better hold up than Lukaku. Half the size, better hold up. Great touch. Dishing, defender on his back, dishing it to Martial, making a pass. It's just smooth with him up front. A lot of times Martial might try to do too much, lose the ball, but Agallo, just his distribution, he's on point. And him coming on the 80th minute, everyone was like, he should have come on 20 minutes ago.
You could tell. I mean, he kept it very simple, right? Just small ball, easy passes, but he was doing it really well. And I think it was the most threatening we looked was at the end of the game when he came on.
Changed the game, sir. Before stoppage time was announced,
a lot of stoppage time.
I said 5 minutes. You said 3.
I was shocked.
And I was because I said 5 because I was like, there's no way there's going to be 5, but I know the ref's going to fuck us. This is going to be 5 minutes. Boom, 5 minutes comes up. Sir, it was a nervy 5.
And we're in the 6th at this point.
Battled. I mean, Matic went down with some cramping. This is why we follow Manchester United. This is why we're fans of the game, sir. The 96th minute at Old Trafford.
Are you not entertained?
Our boys at Telemundo with the call.
Entregó mal el arquero, viene el remate, ¡gol! ¡Gol! Del Manchester United.
ser la última para el City. Terminó siendo el segundo para el Manchester United.
What a goal. What a finish at home in front of the fans, sir. What a call. Telemundo, that goal with Scotty McSauce celebrating in the rain. Unbelievable stuff. What dreams are made of, sir. That's why they call it the Theater of Dreams.
They do. And, just when you thought that this game was going to go the wrong way, McTominay ice in his veins, great finish. United just never stopped running and get what they deserve. Second goal, ice the game, and McTominay just sliding in, enjoying every second of it. Good for him. What a winner. What a way to march out with all 3 points.
I mean, Scotty McSauce, absolute legend, Manchester United legend, sir. And, you'll never forget who gave him his debut. One of the greatest troll in all Manchester United history. All right, look at the match stats. Man City, 72% of the ball. I mean, that's got to be a record. I haven't seen it that high. To United's 28% at our house. Shots, though, United 12 to City 7. Shots on target 6-4. Get this, corners 2-11. We had to sit through 11 nervy corners. Otamendi had a few flashes at goal, sir.
Out shooting them, though. That's new for us. Usually, the possession stats are about usual for these games, but we usually get outshot, and De Gea just has to put together a performance. He did. He had a great game, but United actually looked potent. When we could cobble together on the counter, we had some good opportunities. And
what I saw out of Manchester United was I saw us start slow, right? We kind of start shook. Then we grew into the game, scored our goal. Then things started opening up. Then City obviously got it back in the second half. And then as the game started to close out, we started bossing the game. Matic with the ball roll, few fakes here, few fakes there. Gala with some deft touches. And it's almost like we're rising to the occasion. You can see this team, flashes of brilliance, taking on City at their game, cutting them up. Everyone thinks that they're the greatest, sir, at the moment, compared to like Liverpool. But when we play them, we can go toe-to-toe. And we have a young squad, everything to play for right now.
It's amazing. We're getting confidence. We're hitting stride right at the right time, right when you want to be doing it. End of the season, 9 games left in the league. We're moving on in the FA Cup. We got everything to play for in the Europa League. And the team is playing with a lot more confidence than they have been. They're playing with a lot more grit, determination.
Dude,
Bruno coming in is giving everyone a lift, but the defense is getting better and better, playing as a unit. McTominay coming back into the fold. Matic still putting together a hell of a game.
And healthy.
El Pastor, Fred had another quiet, really good game. The boys are playing well, and yeah. Paul Pogba. Remember Paul Pogba? He hasn't even been a part of this.
Yeah, Pog who? United are unbeaten their last 10 games. We've won 7, drawn 3. Their longest run without defeat since Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's first 11 in charge.
Ole's at the wheel.
We saw 11, and then unfortunately we saw 12, sir, in person. Anthony Martial is only the second United player to score in 3 consecutive Premier League starts in Manchester derbies, and the first since Eric Cantona knitted 5 in a row between March 1993 and April 1996. And since making his debut in the competition on February 1st, Manchester United's Bruno Fernandes has been directly involved in more goals in the Premier League than any other player. I mean, that speaks.
That's a pretty good stat.
The statistic count we got for him, sir. Unbelievable stuff. What do we know? Let's check in with the manager, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Grinning from ear to ear.
It says it all. What made you happiest today? Well, the desire, attitude, commitment, the connection between fans and players and the team, because what a day they've had today, both the players and the fans. It's been, of course, they make us defend. That's just that type of team they are, but our fans can see players with commitment and attitude and desire, then we've done our job then as a
little advertisement there in the middle of the video. Look, Ole, Mr. Nice Guy, shooting you straight. I mean, like, if you can see the passion and you can see the desire, that's all there. And look, I would say we saw it today. We saw it today.
Ole's honest. He always has a tendency to be overly honest, and
maybe not Everton.
He's got the right to be proud of the boys. They put in a great performance. They stick with the tactics. They all played defense all around the pitch, and then when they got the ball, they all tried to attack us once. So it was a resolute, solid display at Old Trafford. Get the clean sheet, 10 unbeaten, and get a big win. Do the first double over City since Lord knows when. So
Lord knows, sir, it wasn't that long ago because we used to just batter City day in, day out.
I think it's been a minute.
All right, let's check in with Scotty McSauce. Scored the absolute cracker of a goal in the 96th.
Scott, what a wonderful moment. How beautiful did that feel?
Yeah, obviously that was such a sweet moment, especially in the game where we could have done with another goal early on to finish the game. But no, credit to the boys who were top draw today. We had a sticky first 15-20 minutes, but you see how much it means to the boys winning the derby again. So that's 3 times this year. So, but we have to keep going. It's a game where we have to take confidence from, but the coming weeks we have to really go for some proper results and keep this run going.
It was a lovely finish, instinctive. Did it just fall right for you?
Yeah, I read the goalkeeper, so you sort of give yourself half a chance because they're obviously rushing, and you get there before Mendy. So obviously it's such a beautiful feeling in front of our fans in like the last 9 minutes. So no, can't get too carried away, but we've got to keep going and obviously keep pushing.
That's a winner's mentality right there.
Scotty McSauce, dude. He doesn't play for Manchester United for beating City. He plays them to win trophies, sir. What an attitude from the young Scotsman.
It's amazing. Everyone's bar has gotten raised. Scott coming back into the squad is a huge lift for everybody because he's a winner, has a winner's mentality, just like Bruno. Expects a lot from his teammates. Only got to feature at the end, but what an influential performance he had. Cleaned up shop a lot of times and then comes in and gets that winner. Not a winner, but it's the stake in the heart of the City Demons that you just could put in the bed at home. You really get to celebrate, and it feels like a thrashing. It's
still buzzing.
Can't believe it.
Hey,
I still feel like we're going to concede.
We have a special segment on this podcast. That's right. It's for fans by fans. We have audio clip from Charlie who watched the game. Let's see what Charlie has to say.
This is Charlie from Houston. Just want to say I'm buzzing after that game. It was a great overall effort from the lads. They really gave it to City, didn't back down, took their chances when they had it. Missed a few with Bruno being wide open, as we were all talking about in the chat. But overall, great game. The defensive effort was outstanding, and McSauce sealing it was just glorious. And I don't know what else to say, man. Glory, glory, Man United, and let's keep it going.
He's doing his thing. Man United are back.
I mean, you heard from Charlie. Man United are back. I mean, he said great points there from him. Exactly, like Bruno Fernandes is wide open. We got to start passing to Bruno.
We do, because he's a difference maker. But people were bummed after dropping points against Everton. But if you do that, it made this game so much more important, almost becoming a must-win with Chelsea winning. So we're putting the pressure on them, putting the pressure on the teams below us, knowing that United. Everything's possible with this United team. We feel like it is well and truly in our hands. It's all about just kicking on, keeping these performances going. We got to get a big win on the road in Austria at Lask and then do it against the greatest troll of all time, Jose Mourinho in London.
Look, and Charlie also alluded to the Discord chat that we have up and running. We rebooted it over last week. If you want to join, there's links on our Twitter and our Facebook, and we want to get all the American Red Devils in the Discord chat. We'll create a thread for each match. We have some general discussion. You provide podcast feedback there because it's pretty simple. If you haven't checked it out, I would highly recommend the Discord chat. So we got one more fan recap from Ty Kircher. We know him from Twitter. He tweets us all the time. Top Manchester United fan here. Let's listen from Ty.
First half, Martial and Bruno ran the show. Outstanding first half performance from them. Fred and Matic had boss games all day long. Loved it. They were up and ready for this match. Second half, the back line kept De Gea relatively clean. Manchester City got nothing from us. We saw it out, and Scotty McTominay with an ice-cold shot to finish it off. Sirs, kicking that blue.
I mean, well said, Tyler. Kicking that blue from here to Kingdom Come, sir. It's unbelievable.
Nothing feels better, right? Like took the cop, Chelsea 2. What we like most is kicking a blue, and it's absolutely right.
Ice cold.
There's no greater feeling than after all they've done to us at home, had some bad, ugly losses in the last 10 years.
Sad Pep, best Pep. Sad Pep is big scarf, sad Pep.
Where's his oversized scarf? That's the only thing that was missing.
He was wearing
a giant scarf.
I mean, don't like Klopp. Don't like Pep Guardiola. They're the worst. The end.
They're tied. They're probably tied.
The hyenas. Look, unbelievable recaps from Ty and Charlie. Thank you very much for those. We'll be trying to feature more fan questions and fan match recaps via audio segments in the podcast. If that's something you guys like, always trying to improve and include more fan perspectives here on the American Red Devils. Sir, looking at the table. Liverpool, Scouse Bastards 82 points, Man Shitty 57. Yep, that's right. We did some damage to that team today. Leicester City 50, Chelsea 48, Manchester United 45 points. Wolves on 43. Sheffield United 43. Tottenham 41. Arsenal 40. Oh,
5 points
Arsenal.
off third, bro. 5 points off. It's unbelievable. Everything's possible still.
Everything to play for right now, and checking it at 538.com. Keep in mind the end of season probabilities for Champions League football are based on a City not being in it and top 5 getting it. Manchester United 70% now. A lot of things went our way. The Tottenham draw was huge. Unfortunately, Chelsea did win. If they lost to Everton, things would look a lot different. We're 70%, they're 79%. Leicester 93%. City are almost qualified. City are banned right now, but they have a pretty high percentage if their ban was taken away. Now, talking about that, actually, a lawyer who works in sports law commented that City's best chance of getting champion, that he does not believe the ban will be in effect next season, that they're going to appeal and delay the trial so that City will actually get Champions League football and only top 4 will get Champions League this season in the English Premier League. And that's based on one lawyer. He sure knows more about it than I do, but I would imagine that's how it would go, that the ban is not going to stand next season.
No, because these football bans never really tend to. I think the probability is more likely that it gets overturned and they're playing Champions League football again, and you need top 4. So that's got to be the eyes on the prize. There is no 5th place, and you get in. We have to assume it's number 4. We got to overtake Chelsea or Leicester or both, but it's all on us. If we can just keep winning, then you have to think that those two teams are going to drop points.
Looking at Chelsea's next few matches here, just trying to line it up compared to us. They do play City at home. They play Leicester away. That is a dangerous match. That's actually good for both teams, sir. If they imagine Leicester Chelsea draw, that'd be huge if we could keep kicking on. They play West Ham, Watford, Crystal Palace, Sheffield United, another tough match for them. Norwich, easy. Then they have Liverpool. But remember, Liverpool, with their second to last game playing against Chelsea, it's probably going to be all kids.
Yep.
So you're kind of that Liverpool fixture did fall in their favor. And you can't really count on the Scouse Bastards to try to help us out trying to make top 4 there.
And the hardest on that is probably Wolves into the season because at that point, everything's going to be left to play for. We play Leicester last game of the season, which is also going to be tough. But if we get past Spurs, tough place to play. But I think Spurs are sweating at the moment. They're drowning. Jose is drowning. He's already like throwing his players under the bus like he does.
We're playing away, sir. You have Tottenham, Norwich, Sheffield, Brighton, Bournemouth, Aston Villa, Southampton, Crystal Palace, West Ham, Leicester. So Leicester City, assuming we get through Tottenham with a win, it's just like hungry hippos. Just got to chomp those lower table squads. Get those 3. And it's ours to play for. There's plenty of games left. The schedule is lined up in our favor. We got to do it. We have to make top 4. We have to pass Chelsea. For the simple fact, I hate Chelsea scum, but top 4. It's what it takes, sir.
It's what it takes. This is such an important window because we're going to lose Pogba. He's a big player to replace at the end of the day, so we need to get in top talent. One of which is Jadon Sancho, because I don't think if we get him this window, he's going to go somewhere else, and that's the problem. Because he's a generational talent, like 19, unbelievable. I think he's like 3rd in Europe in assists or 3rd in Europe in goals and assist contribution, and he's 19 years old. I mean, it's unbelievable. He would be an immediate impact, as big of a star as Pogba, but hopefully without the ego. But you need top 4 because he's not going to do it without Champions League football.
No, I mean, and Sancho on the right, it's like exactly what we need. Like Dan James on the right is great, but Mata on the right is great, but it's like
if you had Sancho today, it would have been a huge difference maker.
Sancho, we can rotate James on the left, play him on the right, play him FA Cup midweek, let him get that sort of final decision.
Go to Lask. He can go to Lask.
he can play Lask, sir. Look, unbelievable stuff from the lads, sir, but there's always one more game to play for. We always have an extra game to play for. It's not the end of the season just yet. Round of 16, leg 1 of 2 against Lask, sir. We're going to be playing this one away this Thursday, March 12th, 10:55 a.m. Pacific. Lask, who is Lask, sir?
Couldn't tell you.
Okay.
Check out that stadium size.
Yeah, so their stadium fits 6,009 people. So this is going to be, if you're going for the away support, enjoy it. It's going to be rocking there. Lask is an Austrian association football club from the upper Austrian state capital of Linz. It's the oldest football club hailing from the region and plays in the AFB, Austrian Football Bundesliga, the top tier of Austrian football. Shout out to our friend Marco, who unfortunately is a Scouse bastard who lives in Austria. I've been to an Austrian national team game, a Euro qualifier in Austria. Was pretty awesome. Great. They have great beer, sir. Austria is very nice. The club colors are black and white, and they were founded in 1908. So quite a bit of history. And in 1965, the club became the first team outside Vienna to win the Austrian football championship. This is also its only championship to date, so we got to keep it that way. And the club currently plays its league fixtures at the Waldstein Stadium. So look, sir, when you think of Lask, small club, a bit of history in Austria. They seem to be, that number 2, number 3 tier team. We got to be smoking Lask. What do you mean? 6,000 people stadium, sir. Right?
I mean, in current form, you expect us to roll, but these teams are hungry. Europa Leauge is a big deal to them. They're going to want to play with some pride at home, welcoming a big club like Manchester United. So we should be, but the pressure's on us, right? Because the pressure's not on Lask. They're expected to fold to a United side, but we have to go out there with the strong side. I think every game, this rotation is going to be a big deal. Hopefully you rest Matic, maybe you rest Martial for the weekend against Spurs. But you're going to still need to do a good starting 11. You probably need to play Bruno. Hopefully Gallo gets the start, but we need to get some goals, get a win on the road, and just keep the run going.
All right, let's jump into the injury table per the physioroom.com. Paul Pogba, that ankle. Does he still play at Manchester United, sir?
Hard to say.
Hard to say, and I guess we'll talk about the Pog drama now in the injury table. We'll get through the table, and then I'll bring up the Pogba point. Lee Grant, new deal. He's out. Going to get surgery. Fosu Mensah out. Rashford, obviously, wishing him the best on his recovery. Heard it could be before the end of the season. We shall see. I think he's going to wait for Euros. On Paul Pogba, do you think he makes it back to this team, or should Ole keep him out, considering we have the midfield ticking, everything's going our way? Do we really need to introduce him? Does it hurt the mojo of the team? I'm not in the locker room. I don't know. I would imagine he just jumps right back into the squad, right?
You would think so. I mean, there's only one way to find out. And if he's going to run around the pitch like everybody else, put in a shift, then I'm all for Pogba contributing what he's got to contribute. But if he comes out and wants
but why
to play
hasn't he featured
Pogba,
yet?
because I don't know, he's on his own injury schedule and he's like managing his own return back to the team. I don't know why that is. I think most players usually get managed by like the Old Trafford or the Manchester United physio staff, but he seems to be on his own schedule. But I imagine he's going to feature for this club again. If he's going to be a contribution in a positive way, I'm all for it. Let's send him out on a high note, get a big fee for him, and then rebuild the side. But
Andre Gomez, literally, didn't he break his ankle like into 2 pieces, and he came
I'm not
back?
arguing with the fact that how long it's taking Pogba to get back.
I think it was 144 days. Pogba, hasn't. It's been since September since he was regularly featuring for this team. And in that time period, Andre Gomez, like literally his ankle was in 2 pieces, and he's playing for Everton. So I have to
he came back in
if
December,
he wants to play,
right? And he came on as a sub, played 1 game, then we didn't see him again. It's been a long time. I'm not defending Paul Pogba, first of all.
I'm not defending.
I'm just saying I don't know what's going on with his schedule. So Ole said he's going to come back to training next week, which was this week. So he should be in the coming days coming back into the fold. Maybe put him on the bench for a Lask, play him for the last 30 minutes.
All right, sir, given those are the injuries, who do you got as your starting 11 for Lask, right? You have to keep in mind that we got to turn around at Tottenham away. So we go Thursday to Sunday.
Another quick turnaround.
Who's your starting 11? There's going to be some rotation.
Yeah, there no doubt will be.
And what's your formation as well?
Hold on a second.
I'm just asking the questions.
One thing at a time.
Questions here.
Sergio Romero and net. So it's going to be a 4-2-3-1. Sergio Romero net, AWB, Bailly, Maguire, and Luke Shaw as left back, a midfield of McTominay, Fred, and Bruno, and then a front of Mata, Martial, and Igalo up front.
All right, I'm going to say the 4-2-3-1. I'm going to do, obviously, world number 1, David De Gea in net. I'm going to say, look, maybe you put Dalot at right back. You give, this is last, sir. I mean, we're playing away. You have to think of the travel, too. I think you put Dalot at right back because Wan-Bissaka ran out crazy. I think maybe Phil Jones might feature, but it probably...
Say it ain't so.
I'm thinking of Bailly Lindelof, then B-Dubs there, and I like the McTominay, Matic.
Again?
I think the McTominay, Matic midfield. Well, Fred Matic started.
Yeah, but
So
I think
you-
Matic is more needing a rest. He's the old man.
Yeah, I mean, like you're questioning my line. I'm the coach, sir.
Go ahead. Sorry.
Then we have Bruno. We're gonna do Greenwood on the right, Igalo up top, and on the left, I'm gonna play. Oh, I have Dan James. I'm gonna play him on the left because I'm gonna bench him at the weekend against Tottenham away.
There you go.
What do you make of that lineup, sir?
I like the sound of it. I think it.
But you're right. The
Either of those
midfield,
lineups
too.
should be good enough.
So the midfield too. You're right. It's like either you're going to get the Fred.
Either Fred gets a rest or
doesn't
Matic gets a rest.
Yeah, Matic is older. You're probably right.
I mean, personally, I'd rest him.
I mean, that's enough to beat last. So booking the bookies. Clearly we're away. Manchester United to win plus 115. The draw plus 220. Last plus 250. So the bookies putting some respect on Lask's
pretty tight.
name. That is really tight. I think if you look at their league position, they've been trending, skyrocketing. They've been trending up over the last few years. Sir, looking at the goal scorers, I'm trying to pull that up as we speak here. Actually, they do not have goal scorer odds for this match yet.
There you go.
They have team goals and over-under goals.
That's okay. I imagine Martial will be top of the list.
First goal to score, Manchester United, minus 133. Lask, first goal, plus 138. So there's a little odds there. Interesting stuff. But yeah, bookies putting a lot of respect on last name. That kind of concerns me a little bit. How does it make you feel?
I mean, like I said, I think any Europa League side who's playing at home are going to play with confidence, playing in front of their home fans. They're going to have a lot of pride, want to put a good showing out. So I don't think they'd be underestimated. I don't think you're going to have too many changes. I still think that Ole is going to want to field a pretty strong starting 11 because this is important. Every cup competition that we're still in is important. So I don't think there's going to be too much backing off the gas pedal.
And looking at the over and under, 2.5 goals, over 2.5 goals, plus 125, under minus 167. So it looks to be a low scoring affair away in Austria, sir. Look, we'll be tuning in. This is a big one. Again, this is the time of year where every match is must watch. You can't miss one, and one loss, one bad play, one keeper error can take you down.
What's your prediction?
My score prediction is going to be 2-1, sir.
2-1?
Yeah.
2-1 United, of course. I'm calling 1-0. Gallo gets the goal. Gallo FC, baby.
And I got to revise my starting 11. Romero and net, sir. Mr. Clear.
Course,
How did
who
I
else?
put De Gea in there? It
Who
was
else?
just kind of it was kind of a reflex, sir. Let's jump in, sir. Fan questions. We are going to be bypassing the United in the news segment just to get to all the fan questions here at the American Red Devils podcast. We really appreciate all the tweets, all the banter. It was hot today.
Only thing notable is Matic signed a new deal. That's kind of like the big news of the last couple of days. He signed a 1-year extension that Ole confirmed. So I'm all about that.
Yeah, it's like Sancho rumors, like
Grealish.
Grealish. But at the end of the day, it's like right now it's results.
No
This is
deal.
like,
No DOF.
Hey,
nothing's changed in that
United,
regard.
we beat City.
Yeah, 2-0. That's all that matters.
Sad Pep, love it. Jumping into the fan questions here on Twitter. At MJ Bods with a Z, quote, great performance. The fixtures look tough compared to Chelsea, but the way we are playing, I think we can challenge. Maybe taking Leicester is a possibility. Big end of the season coming. I'm loving it. Look forward to the pod as usual. Appreciate you. At Mike J. Bod, sir.
United fans are going to be flying high for the weekend, for the week. Nothing like beating City, especially 3 times in a season, doing the double over them since Ferguson. Future's bright. We are rocking and rolling. Ole's at the wheel.
Sir, Manchester United are back. At T. Zolski on Twitter, quote, what a day. Ole's back at the wheel. The English press said he had no chance. Bruno silences Pep. McSauce with the cherry on top. Not sure what else there is to be said. Onwards and upwards. No more letdowns. Manchester is red. Hashtag Glazers out. Hashtag Woodward out. Absolutely love the passion, sir, from the fans.
Bruno had a quietly brilliant game. Obviously had the assist. But he was kind of like, he was trying to be stifled by City. They knew that he was an impact player that they wanted to shut down. But you could just tell him being on the pitch, everyone kind of raises their game. The expectations are higher. The state of play is higher. He's a leader. He's an unbelievable natural leader on the field.
At JDW300 on Twitter, quote, the double over City, absolutely incredible, but we got to watch some film on ourselves. Twice we left Bruno on the spot and the box wide open. This would have and should have been over much earlier, but I'm happy to say the least. Manchester is red. I totally agree. Bruno Fernandes is changing the way we play the game, and I think ultimately players aren't thinking about that pullback.
The pullback, yeah. I mean, they should be. He's certainly a gracious player when he's looking for a teammate. Obviously, always has a nose for net as well, wants to score, but I think that'll come with time as the team gets used to playing with each other more. Then we're looking to make that pass. Should have been, because that would have been a goal right there, and I think we could kill this off in the first half.
At Chris Cardona 12, quote, McTominay, get in. Great 3 points, and I truly see top 4 now a while since the beginning of the season. It was a bit harder. In my eyes, Ole is truly at the wheel. At Vicinity Van City, quote, Bruno the silencer, that is all. Hashtag Manchester is red. At Mikey Dubs 09, no Pogba yet or Rashford and Sancho, Grealish, Werner. Manchester is red. I mean, like, this team, you're looking at a few pieces to being like deadly. The problem is United don't have a lot of cash at the moment, so they only have £100 million in the bank. And you got to sell Pogba. They're talking 80, so that's 180 million. They're not going to spend that cash all 180.
No, 100.
We're talking about 100. Right? So
no,
you get
your Grealish.
You get
that's Grealish and Sancho.
I don't know.
180 is like
110
for Sancho, 70 for Grealish.
They don't have the cash.
They're cheap, bro. I know.
We actually don't have the cash on the books. That's what I mean. Like the balance sheet is £100 million. So if you sell Pogba, it's 180.
No,
how do you get Sancho and Grealish?
It's a good question. Doesn't look like we're spending big money.
You call some of those British banks. They loan you a few quid there. At Ulrich Boson on Twitter, quote, today it is just Ole is at the wheel and doing the double over City. I mean, those two things amazing. Callizona Cat Ederson, United legend, absolutely love it. That's cheeky. At John Dietz, our players are so much more passionate this year. They are starting to believe, and so are we. De Gea had to shout him out from last week. AWB, Martial, Bruno, Maguire, and Matic were surgical. I mean, Matic coming in this side. Ole didn't rate him. Now he's got a new deal, looking better than ever. And you're a Matic guy.
I'm a big Matic guy. Rick the Red is also a Matic guy, and he's right because the team just plays more assured. He had a bunch of big tackles and just bailing his team out, showing that calm head, passing the ball out of the back, put another resolute performance out there. It just you need a little wisdom in midfield, and he has it.
Sir, it has been a real podcast of an amazing Sunday morning. I mean, just it's like I'm having the highs coming down from like the intensity of the match. It was unbelievable. Look, this pod is just it's raw. The ups and the downs. You hear us like it's tough to cover like a draw on Everton. It's tough to cover the lows that we've had this year, and then the highs. The sweet wouldn't be so sweet without the bitter, sir. That's the mantra.
And I don't think we felt this hot probably. Maybe it's Paris. Maybe it's that 11 unbeaten run that we talked about. The Fulham win. Everybody's flying high at the moment, feeling confident. This team, it feels like it's not a false dawn. Like, we are really just getting our feet underneath us. Matic said it. Tomine said it. He's like, this team is getting better and better. We are, feeling confident. We're building off of each other, and the future is bright.
Starting to believe, too. Starting to believe, like the
playing
players,
with a United swagger, right? Like having that mentality, like we are Manchester United. People do not come to Old Trafford and get a result. You have to earn it. And
like Matic doing a ball roll in the 90th. Aaron Wan-Bissaka going forward, looking lights out. Great challenges, just confidence all over the pitch. The players are starting to believe it, right? There's a lot of lows, a lot of controversy. They can't turn up. Why can't they win away? All these things that have been plaguing us all season. We seem to be like, Bruno and Igalo coming in seem to have like been the cure. They've been the cure to all those problems and the injuries. Everyone healing up at the right time. It's everything to play for, but. As I was watching the highlights of, it has been 1 year since Paris, and I do remember how amazing that high was beating them in their house. Hate Di Maria, the snake. That felt amazing. That's probably equaling the feeling today. But, we're Manchester United. You watch videos of us in the past and you watch videos of winning the Champions League that get you that high. It's like we beat, what was that, quarters?
That was round of 16.
It was like round of 16. We advanced and like everyone's celebrating. Like, it's like, dude, that's not a trophy.
No,
it's like, hey, we're playing well right now, but like, we're excited about getting top 4.
The goalposts have shifted. For sure.
It's like, but you're right. The feels are there. Like the same feeling like of watching us in the Champions League is there, like beating Paris or like today the highs of beating City. I think it's just because we've been starved for 7 years. We've been starved of this like feeling that United are invincible and we can win any game and we're confident and have the players play in a way, the United way. And it's like we're starting to get that back, just starting. And we're already like, oh.
And it's a young team, but the swagger is coming back. And I think Bruno injected a giant dose of it. There are natural playmakers. There are solid footballers in the side. I just think that they were lacking confidence, lacking leadership. And we got that in abundance now.
But we need trophies, sir. We need to win the FA Cup. We need to win the Europa League. We got to get top 4. We need to compete for the Champions League next year. We can't keep our eye off the ball. We can't lower the bar to be battling for top 4. It's like we need to
top
be
4 is not
winning.
a trophy. We got to get top 4 as just something that we need to do because we have the squad to do it. And we got to take some silverware home as well because that's going to take the pressure off Ole. Everyone slates Ole, but if he gets a win in either the FA Cup or the Europa League, this team's going to be flying high.
He's at the wheel, man. He's doing it. He's doing his thing.
Rio's going to be saying that. They're going to back him in the summer. Pachu.
Yeah, Sir, did you say it too early?
I hope not.
Did you say it too
I hope
early?
not.
Sir, look, this podcast is awesome. We love doing it. Everything is done by myself and Alex. Every YouTube video, every podcast upload, every order of merchandise, we put it all together, and we appreciate your patience. Sometimes this isn't completely the most professional quality. Like there was a little ad in the podcast earlier, but we're doing our best. We're getting better across all fronts, including the blog, which Alex is killing it. We're going to start uploading our podcast regularly to YouTube as well. So if you're a fan of YouTube, subscribe to our channel. We're trying to put our podcast out as many places as possible. We're also trying to interact with you guys more. So we have the Discord up. You can click on the link. It's on our Twitter and our Facebook. If you can't get it, you can email us at americanreddevils.com. Again, this is for fans, by fans. Fans are what make this club amazing. And trust me, the Manchester United fans are like best in the world. And that's why we love doing this.
We're Manchester United fans through and through. We love this club. Needed a podcast, needed an American perspective of this great side, have some of the greatest fans in the world for the greatest club in the world. And it's just fun. It's a pleasure to get to break it down week in, week out. Well, I was wondering what the hell we're doing.
Well, it's funny because we were watching every match together anyway. I was like, sir, we should just do a pod. It's quite a bit of work. I mean, the audio stuff is I'm not an audio engineer, but that's one thing.
Couldn't tell.
I was like, you just record it and then, it goes to the internet machine.
It goes to the internet web.
It goes out to everyone. It's very easy. And it's actually, we have a lot of cables in this bunker, and we don't know what a lot of them do, but somehow first is trial and error, and appreciate you guys hanging with us to get there. We're always trying to get better. Look, it's been an unreal bit of momentum for the pod last 7 days. Sir, you want to hit us up with the top 10 cities?
Another record week. Appreciate all the downloads. Appreciate all the listeners. Number 1, how you doing? New York, New York. Number 2, Granite City, Illinois. And number 3, Portland, Oregon. Sir, keep us going.
Number 4, Miami, Florida. Number 5, Chirac, Chicago, Illinois. Number 6, Jeddah, Saudi Arabia, sir. Finish us off this list.
Number 7, San Francisco, California. Number 8, Thousand Oaks, California. How you doing? Number 9, Jayburg, Johannesburg, South Africa. And last but not least, number 10, Oslo, Norway. Appreciate all the Norwegians listening in. Their man Ole is ripping and roaring. This team is starting to believe. The Old Trafford faithful are starting to believe. And I think the American Reddevils are starting to believe as well.
Sir, I mean, we've been believers the whole time. Just kidding. Look, this is like part of being this team this season. Let's go, sir. It's been unbelievable. And, there's only one way to finish, sir. How does it feel?
Ole's at the wheel.
Oh, we got it. All right, just kidding. That was not Always at the Wheel. We were about to drop Always at the Wheel. Speaking of audio issues, sir, what a ride. Always at the Wheel.